Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we are doing a no move objects challenge. I thought of this challenge, I don't know, it's probably been done before, but I was just sitting and I thought about it and I thought it would be really fun to do. So yeah, I did it. Everything in the build is on the grid and it's not very cluttered because to clutter you need to be off the grid. So I do get a few clutter items in here and there, but it's not nearly as cluttered as most of my other builds. Um, but yeah, so we built this house in Oasis Springs down in the Bedrock Strait neighborhood. It's on the lot Agave Abode, which is a 20 by 15 lot. So this house is kind of small. As you can see, the outside came together really quickly. Um, it's a 2-bed, 1-bath house. One of the bedrooms is an office space, and I envisioned a elderly woman living here, so that office space is really more of a craft space for her. Because I also really wanted to use a lot of the new Nifty Knitting pack, which is such a cute pack, and I love it so much already. I think everything is really cute, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So this house does come in at about 32,000 simoleons. I think it's a little bit more than that. And it is up on the gallery, so if you are looking for it, you can search Desert Home with my origin ID or my gallery ID, which is just samanthaschabes, and download it and put it in your build. So like I said, I did envision a elderly woman living here, so I tried to keep the floor plan pretty open and make the bedrooms big enough. I couldn't make her bedroom big enough to fit a double bed in, but I figured that was okay because I thought of her as a single sim. So yeah, she's a single sim. She doesn't have any grandchildren. She does have her children, but none of them have given her any grandbabies yet. So she's just living her life. She's retired, out here in the desert. She's pretty content, and she's just, yeah, she's living life. So you can see here the floor plan is coming together. This build was particularly hard for me. I don't know why. I think just the shape of the house was really weird. But I really liked the shape of the house, so I didn't want to change it. But in the end, I think it comes together pretty nicely, and I'm very content with how it looks. So right now we're working on the kitchen, and I fiddle around with this so much because I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted it to look. I wanted to put this archway here, but I couldn't make it work with the not having move objects on. So I do end up taking out that entire wall right there and putting just like open space. I think I put like a little half wall up, and we moved the sink and some counters to where here, where I'm putting those island pieces at. I don't know. It was a very challenging kitchen space. It's very small, but I feel like that's okay for one sim. So here I wanted to put some plants in this corner, and then I remembered about the new Nifty Knitting hanging plants, and I got so excited. You'll see me in a second grab the show hidden objects cheat and the show live edit objects cheat. I put those on, and I do use the crafted hanging plants because they're so cute. But yeah, to get to those you have to go into the hidden objects menu, the debug menu, because they are unlockable through gameplay, so they don't just show up in the catalog. But once you turn on hidden objects, you will be able to see them. You'll be able to see all of the crafted items, and granted the catalog is a little bit messy with all that stuff in it, but I still think it's nice that we have access to those things and that we can use them before. So yeah, so now we're moving on to the living room, and we're gonna jump back to the kitchen in a little bit. But not having move objects on was so hard because when I build, I put a lot of my items really close together, just because like in real life you do that, you put your items close together, you don't leave like 3 feet of space between a plant and your entertainment center. So doing this was very hard. Trying to fit everything that I wanted in was very hard. But I do end up figuring it out. I grab couches from the new Nifty Knitting Pack. Right now we have one with Tiny Living, but I do switch those out and I put in the Nifty Knitting ones, and I think they look so cute. This dark green swatch is so just precious. I love it. It's very nice. And I really wanted to use a rocking chair. And I have it in the build for quite a while, and then I realized that it's literally right in front of the entryway to the kitchen. So I thought about potentially rearranging the living room, and you'll see that I moved some things around trying to see if I can make it work, but ultimately in the end I just get rid of the rocking chair. I'm realizing I probably could have put the rocking chair on the front porch. That would have been really cute, but I did not do that. The front porch is actually empty. So if you download this and you want to add to it, definitely feel free to. If you want to clutter it up some more with the Move Objects cheat, go for it. I would 100% recommend it. But yeah, I had really fun doing this build, and yeah, I really like all this stuff from the new pack. You'll see that I accidentally just took a screenshot. I do that too often. Oh, and I also forgot to put curtains on a lot of the windows in this build. I noticed when I was taking the screenshots and uploading them to my video editing software that in both the office and the bedroom I totally forget curtains, and I was like, oh man, I could go back in and redo them, but then it wouldn't be in the video, and I was just like, I'll leave it, I'll just talk about it. So yeah, in the office and the bedroom there are no curtains on the windows. But I struggled with curtains just in general because they want to snap to the windows, but sometimes you need to like lower them or raise them to make them fit properly, and when you don't have the Move Objects cheat on, you can't use the 9 and 0 keys to move things up and down. So I don't know if that was like subconsciously in my head when I was putting windows on and like not putting curtains up, but yeah, no curtains in there. Also, this diagonal wall in the bathroom was so hard, nothing wanted to work there, so it's just blank. And that's the same with the diagonal in the office space. But yeah, now you see we're obviously in the bathroom. I get some hanging plants, a tub shower combo. I used the tiny living toilet and I was able to get it to work in between the door and the wall, which was very nice. Towards the end of the build, I do flip where the door and the toilet are. I put the toilet on the other side and scooch the door to the one side. Yeah, so, and here we are in the second bedroom. So I was going to put like a little kid's room, because I wasn't keen on the idea that she didn't have grandchildren. But I figured it was too small, and then I was like, well, she can just be retired without grandchildren. And so she turns this space into a craft room. She uses the new Nifty Knitting desk, the little cart. I put that cart there because it's so cute, and it reminds me of a cart that I have. Actually, like, I own this cart with my craft stuff in it, but we needed a bookshelf in here, so I scrapped the cart, put the bookshelf in, and put a little poof underneath it. I think it's really cute. I think this elderly woman is just very free-spirited. I did make a sim for her, and I will upload her to the gallery sometime soon. I think I might even include her in my save file that I'm working on. But she is very out there. Her outfits are a little bit crazy. I don't know. I use a lot of the like Strangerville clothing that comes with the Strangerville pack for her, and I really enjoyed making her. I don't really make elderly Sims often, so I actually think this was my first elderly Sim that I've made. And I don't know, it was really nice. It was a little change of pace, and I liked it a little bit. So that's our bedroom that we're working on now. It's really small. Like I said, both rooms are pretty small. Um, and it's pretty colorful, and like I said, couldn't fit a double bed in here, so I do just give her a single bed. If you want to take the single bed out and give her a double bed, I think you can put one in that corner. It'll only be accessible by one sim though, so just keep that in mind. I don't even know if you would be able to put one sim in it, because I think the wall might be in the way of where they get into the bed. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really wanted to use the rugs that come with the Nifty Knitting Pack, but I did put carpet in this build instead of hardwood floors, and so I didn't think the carpet looked good with the rugs, so I just completely left them out. And I still really like the way this build turned out. I think it's pretty cozy. I think this space in front of the doors right there is really empty and it looks weird. But I didn't really know what to put there, because what would you put in a hallway? But yeah, other than that, I think it looks really nice, and we're just about done on the inside here. I put this little shelf and clutter it up a little bit. That little strawberry turtle is so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And here I noticed that the gate that comes with the fence that I had originally used doesn't have the same swatches as the gate, and that made me so frustrated. Because I use that gate more frequently than any of the other gates, because it's a nice like tall privacy fence. And there's just not a matching gate for it, and I don't know why. So you'll see that I completely just got rid of the fence, but towards the end I do put a fence back in, and I do my little thing where I just have one of the fence pieces on an angle so that it looks like it's open to be a gate even though it's not a gate. And I think it turned out really nice. So I'm doing some landscaping now. All of my landscaping items are from the debug menu. I really like the way this landscaping turned out. I don't build in Oasis Springs a lot because I get a little nervous doing landscaping in the desert. I don't really know how to do it and make it look good, but I think this came out really nicely. I really liked all the cacti and like the big aloe vera plants. And I found some, I don't want to say like dead grass, but like tall, kind of looks like weeds that grow in a ditch kind of grass. And so I used that to kind of put around some trees, and I used the palm trees, as you can see. And I don't know, I really like the way it turned out, and so I feel less scared to do desert landscapings. So I think I'll start building in Oasis Springs and like the Strangerville world more often, just because I really like the way they turned out. And I think this house really blends in with its surroundings, and yeah, I'm just like really pleased with it. These cactuses are actually from the Strangerville pack. They don't have, I went into the like build by catalog for landscaping, and I saw the same cactuses, but they are listed as Strangervilles, which that makes me think that they are Strangerville debug items. But I don't know. I still think they look really good, and I'm excited to work in the desert more. So now I'm in the backyard, and you see I'm pulling the fences out again. I do the little trick with the thing, with the gate and the fence, and I use some of this like terracotta brick. I think it looks really nice. So I've never used it before, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So we give her a little back patio, and we do some not terraforming, some terrain paint, add a mailbox and some night lights, and that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching this video. We are coming up on the screenshots. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Bye!